If your neighbour is loaded, or you live next door to a politician, chances are they have one of these, the Audi Q5. So I decided to get one to see if you should get one too. It's not entirely clear why the rich like this car, because they could have something else. But the X5, for example, is too big. The Range Rover Sports, they've all been stolen. And the Macan makes things just a bit obvious. This is also a classic. This is one of the first SUVs before everyone else started making them. And it's because this was so good that they did. Now, Audi have given you a facelift, you'll hardly notice, and this one is good for company car tax because some of it is powered by the free electricity they give you at work. It's true. There's a lot of people and employers who give people a car allowance and an Audi and free electric. Look at these gaps along here, look. You won't, if you go on your neighbour's drive and get the ruler out, right, look on the gaps. There isn't any of that stuff going on. And also, if you look at this, I want to show you this. This is, I don't know if you probably know this if you're an Audi person, this is a clamshell bonnet. So the lines, you don't see any lines from the bonnet to this wing because it's covered that way. When this is built, they take the whole door machine, seal goes on, brilliant, in one piece, gives you an amazing door shutting sound, insulation, less noise. It's like an airlock.
Prepare for hyperdrive.
This engine is a 2-litre 4-cylinder. It makes together 300 horsepower. But get this, two things. Firstly, 44 miles to the gallon. And secondly, it's really, really quiet. I'm going to stick my neck out and say quietest 2-litre 4-cylinder unit in the world. I feel like I want to also address and defend Audi in a way from some of the AI type written reviews that you see on the internet that say something along the lines of, it's funny because they're all the same, they just change the name of the car. So it's like very quiet at town speeds, although you will pick up a little bit of road noise and a bit of wind bluster as you pick up speed. The Q5 isn't as fun to drive and as sprightly as some of its other rivals.
What?
While the miles per gallon is around 55 miles per gallon from the factory, you could probably expect less than that in the real world. Don't be confused by the 5 in the title, because the size of this is more like a Q3 or the GLC. 3 suitcases in the back here and a bit, 3 suitcases and a makeup bag. Not as much as the GLC, and with the seats down the same amount as an X3, but it's a Q5. Are you confused? It's practical, and it's got one of these. Look, oh, it's nice to have one of these. Small things, although I've never heard an Audi do that before. Somebody in the engineering department was on his day off. Audi will obviously now conduct a full investigation as to why this particular car made that noise, and it's possible there'll be some strongly worded emails from HR. But I will share another very positive engineering discovery in just a moment. And this is new, although it's not new, it's newish to some people. If you've had an Audi before, you'll be delighted about this new, faster system. It is kind of weird how this screen looks like it should come out and up, but do you know what? I'm okay with it because it means that we get the new navigation without that blue arrow. I'm so glad that has gone. Here's something else as well. That virtual cockpit is another sort of lean towards that whole classic thing, because this Audi were the pioneers of that virtual cockpit thing back in 2014 with the Audi TT, and now everyone does it. One more thing. The sound system in this is not the Bang & Olufsen, and I actually think it's good. Have a listen to one without the Bang & Olufsen. It might save you some money to put something else on instead. And never change this. The thruster, ladies and gentlemen. Who decided we wanted a gear stick, which is like a little... Someone put their hand up and me, I've got an idea for a... Yeah, it's a little... Oh, by the way, Audi have a new product. It's warranty. It's a 90,000 mile warranty. It costs £1,415. It works out at £283 per year, worry-free motoring. You can work that out per month. Speaking of per month, if you want to find out how much one of these is, you can check prices on the very famous Leasing.com. From millions and millions of suppliers and retailers and lenders, it's all there. Largely, though, you can go on the site and see how much your neighbour's paying for theirs.
There are 20 versions of this car. Actually make that 40 if you include the Sportback, and the entry-level one is a diesel. How very audacious. Never mind.
Yeah, you just feel so accomplished in this, right? Like, you feel like one of the Saltburns. Reverse camera resolution's better as well now, so you can actually see an awful lot more. Yeah, oh mate, it's such good quality. Just everything's just so smooth and silky. Suspension's amazing. 7-speed automatic gearbox. It's the fastest changing gearbox because the next gear is always ready. And as the road noise auditor of the world, I'm very pleased with the road noise in this for where it is in the class. Pretty silent, considering cars have been getting noisier lately, although this is on the embarrassingly square wheels. Yeah, you want some bigger wheels, and you want some SQ5 wheels on there. This is also slightly different because if you now press the drive select, as you can see here, I've now got 22 miles of electric only range left, and then when I go back to this one, it says 367 miles of range. Something else about the design and the engineering. When you want to undo the bonnet, when you want to pop the bonnet, Audi won't allow you to do that because the actual catch down here is built in so that when the door is closed, there's no way you can open the bonnet.
So, obviously the answer is yes to the question in the title, should you get an Audi Q5? Because this is a car that's going to last. It's unlikely to ever go wrong and devalues slower than a tortoise in a running race. And now there's a silent electric component you can dip your toe into the plug-in world without fear that you've made a catastrophic mistake.
Above all, I think one of the reasons you should get the Q5 is, of course, that understated quality. At a time when everybody is jumping on this SUV bandwagon, you can't blame them, but it's the fact that Audi aren't even bothered. They're like, do you know, it's the face they're making. I don't even, mate, you're not even in my league. Carry on, it's fine. We don't need to change or muck around with this. It's something very stoic about it, you know? I think there's a saying, isn't there? The more you try to impress people, the less people will be impressed. Audi, they don't even care. They know they've got a classic.